Hello there. So, a gigantic crypto wave set to come in as the FOC meeting reaches to a final stage. Now, if the Fed reaches that final decision of 25 basis point, that means that's a big news for crypto. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to my channel. My name remains James Kenneth, and you're here on St.JamesCrypto. Now, a little of the crypto insight, what the market is doing today, because we are seeing a kind of drawback in the crypto market, although today being the 29th of October. Now, of course, the crypto market is not really looking good because, of course, the kind of the Fed meeting and what is happening around crypto generally. Of course, the Fed meeting is one of the biggest stimulus that is affecting crypto market today, and that's why we've seen, of course, all these turnaround. Because, like most of us, we expect the market to be pumping, our favorite coin to be shooting up, and of course, the moonshot should be, landing as we predicted. But of course, the market is just doing what? Sleeping. Because of what? Because of the Fed meeting. Now, looking at the market, actually, I said Bitcoin is just being so volatile. Now, for the last couple of weeks, Bitcoin has been hitting just between that 100,000 and 115,000. It hasn't passed that 115,000 or reaching that 116,000 mark that we also predicted before the week started. Now, of course, that was what I also called during the week. I told you guys, of course, if we get a positive news from the Fed, we're going to see the market also pumping. But of course, right now the market is not getting any of that. We're just waiting. A lot of people anticipating, of course. Now the market is also looking like this because of what? Because investors want to want to protect their assets, because if they don't do so, and they don't get the 25 basis points or more that we all expect, that means the market might take a little bit of, um, downward momentum. And of course, before it comes back to correction, so we're going to see something like that play out. So a lot of investors want to protect their assets, and that's why it's looking like this. But to you and I, who are invested in some low cap meme coin like pepe, xpin, of course, those cryptos that we believe in, those prophetic cryptos, for those of us in the prophetic crypto community, we do expect something positive, despite the FOC meeting, not giving us what, that expectation from rate cuts that everyone predicted. Now, for a lot of us that don't know what and how big this is, now, if the Fed reaches out those 25 basis points, that will be that will bring the target range to about 3.75 to 4%, and this would mark a further shift towards easing monetary policy that will spark economic growth, you know. That will like boost a lot of investors to release money into the system. That's of course liquidity. So that alone, we also weaken the dollar a bit. Why? Let me tell you something. If the dollar weakens, that means liquidity flow into crypto. If the dollars become strong, that means liquidity will flow out of crypto. It's just the way it is. Because when dollar becomes stronger, investors will want to buy, get more dollar, like this FX trade. And of course, when dollar weakens, a lot of people want to go for what? The stronger asset, put the money in crypto. So that's what happened. That's how it affects, of course, liquidity in the market, and of course, general economy, global economy, as we can see. Because why? Because the US plays a very strong role in the global economy. So, having said all that, we are looking at from the top crypto to the last crypto today. That is the first 20 crypto I am referring to, ladies and gentlemen. You could see one thing, that they're just moving sideways. Bitcoin is not going to drop more than 111K today. And of course, moving up, passing that 113, it won't. Everyone is waiting to get that information. The same thing with Ethereum, it dropped below 4,000K. And now, looking at what would happen with the Fed meeting, maybe it might shoot up. But of course, if you go down, one of the crypto that is doing very well today is just the BNB Lion. Now, of course, BNB Lion is also one of the meme coin out there, but we're surprised today that's up 10%. And of course, on the hourly, it's up like 2%. So, BNB Lion, I can see. But what I'm saying is that, ladies and gentlemen, we know those big cryptos from the top 20, even I would say from to the top 50, because those cryptos, they have more liquidity, they are listed on exchanges, they are traded, on spots and futures. So you cannot understand what I'm saying, because these crypto receive liquidity directly from the macroeconomy, and therefore stuff like this could affect, this kind of the output. But of course, do we expect this the Fed meeting to affect people that long? No. Even if we don't get that, 25 basis points that we all anticipated for, we might still, in the long run, let's say after this week, next week, crypto might still adjust and the liquidity might start flowing in. So, but if we do get it, that will be a major stimulator in the market, and that would like cause a major shift in the market and causing crypto, to skyrocket. That's why I said gigantic pump might be coming in. If in fact some analysts are predicting towards the middle of November, we're going to see Bitcoin almost, doing 50%. You know what that means? 50% from year gain, it's almost getting to 150, 140, 150%, like 140,000. I beg your pardon. So 140, $150,000 for Bitcoin, which is a huge, huge, huge move. And of course, if that comes in for Bitcoin, you guys know where we're heading. That means the other crypto, they might also be in for the pump. So, but of course, if we see the altcoin doing their thing, of course, we know what that means. That means meme coin are going to get the recognition. Meme coin are going to get, of course, liquidity that will flow into the market, and that would boost. That would change, of course, the flow of liquidity, from those altcoin into the meme coin, and yet about, cause a major move to the upside. Now, coins like Xrpetf right now gaining momentum, and of course, community recognition, institutional bodies coming in out there to also, begin to invest, because we see a lot of ways of activity in Xrpetf. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't wait for these calls to be made before today, tomorrow. We might see a very bullish weekend as this decision is reached today. So if you like what I do, if you like my channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. Of course, follow me for more. Let me know what you think about my anticipation, and of course, know that I'm just here to give you updates. I'm just here to give you, investment updates about different cryptos that are there in the space. So follow us for more. Like, subscribe. Check out my channel membership. If you're yet to invest in crypto, you're looking for where to start, how to start, you're in the right place, ladies and gentlemen. Hit my channel membership subscription. It's below, of course, where you'll be directed to pay as a basic, as a premium membership of my channel. Please do that and join our Telegram group for more updates on some of these exciting projects that you might get them right now very cheap so that you'll be part of those people who are actually receiving the wealth transfer in crypto. So nice to see you, ladies and gentlemen. See you on the next one. Bye bye.